I never thought of my music as being a voice that would speak out what was hidden inside. But it's clear to me that now that's what it is. You know, I've had a record out, and I'm doing a second record, and it's very obvious that what you're holding inside you can be released through a record, through song, through stories. On a first record, you have a lifetime to make it. On a second record, you have a deadline, and maybe you have a year or two to write all the songs for a second record. I'm not sure that people think about that very much, but it is a pressure of sorts. So it's, I think they will likely be more spontaneous songs and reflections of what you're going through at that time.
Sounds a little bit abrupt vocally.
Acadie was started in a quiet way. This new record was started in a setting of activity, people around, a band working with me. So it's not as quiet. It's not so much of a hear a pin drop record. It's a little more raucous. Stylistically, it's more band-oriented. Everything's a performance, so it's not trying to do it in such a way that things are done quickly. They have a good feel to them. They're done quickly, and they're brought to a conclusion pretty much in one day. And then you might spend a little time on the mix, adding this, and that. But the core of it, of any song, that's the spirit of it, done fast. So there'll be a vocal on the track. Then somebody will yell, throw a solo, put a solo on it, you know, do a guitar part. Normally I would say, well, I'll do the guitar part when we do the guitar parts, but because somebody there said, do it now, I'll do it. And in the case of the Messenger, the guitar solos on the Messenger, it was like that. Somebody just, Bill yelled, come on, just put on a guitar solo, so we got it. And I really liked the solo. It was done in one take, and I won't try and better it now. I can never get away from tradition because I like it and because it's part of me. But I also like experimentation and new sounds, new angles. Because sounds by themselves can pull an emotion from a listener. You know, just a sound. You might think it sounds like dripping water. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Okay, dripping water, that puts you maybe in a dark place on a dark night. You're by yourself and there's water dripping. So just a sound is enough to create a mood, can almost tell a story by itself. If you combine the power of suggestion from sounds with melody, a story,
Yeah.
then you could have something real strong.
That'd be good, good way for me to focus on the singing.
Peter Gabriel was about to do a soundtrack for a film called Birdie. He was interested in someone who could manipulate sound and take some of his existing multi-tracks and transform them. That's how the relationship with Peter started. And then another phone call from him, and we went on to do yet another record, which has a song on it called Come Talk to Me. And it's a very simple song about one of his girls, one of his daughters, but it has quite a huge production around it. So a little message to one person could also be interpreted as a more universal message.
To me, come on, talk to me. Can I lock this misery? If you'd only talk to me, I could not come to sleep. Before it's over, can you show me how you feel now? Come on, come talk to me. Come talk to me.
During a project, there will be a peak moment. There'll be several peak moments, but you'll have your grand peak. That's where you want to finish the record. That's where you want the conclusion to be. If it goes beyond that, you may lose the strength and acquire more ornament. That's a serious mistake. If you end up with something that's not as good as what it can be, but very polished, that's quite a sin artistically. The ability to know where that peak is, it's very important.
Bring it out in the silence of the things we both might say. And the heart it will not be denied. So we're both on the same damn side. Ordinary as the world. I please talk to me. Won't you please come talk to me? Just like you used to.
Record production is about results. It's about capturing performances, maximizing the potential of a song. Somebody could walk in with a song on an acoustic guitar, and maybe that's how it sounds best, and that's how it should be recorded. And for them to, to bring in the orchestra and the timpanis, and all that, they might be making a mistake and spending a lot of money. So you have to be smart enough to say, oh, it sounds terrific like this, and we'll just do a little of that to it, and that'll be that. On the other hand, such a song may not be right on acoustic guitar. It may be better with a pounding rhythm and a lot of turbulence underneath and so on. So it's a matter of having some kind of idea about the potential of something.
Can you show me how you feel now? Come on, come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. When you're in the sun, gravity.
Rhythm
Are you allergic to me? I'm sorry to make you sick, especially since I am so, how you say, affectionate. You know you could take Claritin. It works fast on your itchy eyes, runny nose, and sneezing. Or for extra allergic congestion, Claritin Extra. Trust me. Claritin is the non-drowsy brand doctors recommend most. Who knows? You might be a cat person after all.
Think about it. Don't drink and drive. Just think about it. Don't drink and drive. It's the end of the school year, and I know you've been waiting. So if you start drinking, you better start thinking. Just think about it. Don't drink and drive. Just think about it. Yeah, tell them, G. What's up, y'all? Come on. Summer vacation, your graduation. Yeah, so what's the situation? Here's a card in the corner. You better use a phone and let a friend drive you home. Just think about it. Don't drink and drive. Just think about it. Come on, come on, come on. Just think about it. Don't drink and drive. Just think about it. Yeah.
If you think a marsh isn't good for anything, think again. It's a natural water storage area and acts like a filter to help make our lakes and rivers pure. If you think filling in a marsh isn't the end of the world, think again. To ducks, herons, turtles, muskrats, dragonflies, fish, it could be the end of their world. Take another look. For more information, write the Canadian Wildlife Service, Ottawa.
This isn't another version of the achy breaky. It's Rolly Tremblay calling his pets to dinner. These trout not only come when they're called, they eat right out of your hand.
Oh, look at the size. Oh, ooh, you licked me.
Rolly's trained trout when we're on the road again, Tuesday at 7:30 in Newfoundland.
The NHL Awards for the Outstanding Goaltender. Will the Vezina Trophy go to Belfort, Joseph, or Barrasso? Catch all the excitement. The NHL Awards on CBC, Thursday, June 17th.
The critics have found it.
Put the gun down, Peter.
I'm protecting my home.
Now it's your turn.
I'm her family.
Venture to a town north of 60.
I want to fall in love with you, all right?
At a new day and time, Monday night at 10.
Producing records, I was doing it all along, even from the basement days, but without really knowing that I was doing it and without anybody really asking for my services. What would happen is people would show up and they'd do whatever they could to come out with a tape, and whatever they could involve my participation. I've got a good ear, so I could tune their instruments. I could tell them, maybe you should try this harmony instead of that one. The bass sounds better when, and perhaps on the drums, you know, you should try. Just little things that made sense at the time that sort of helped people along. And then I started getting some requests for an official participation. And then I found out what record production was about, and it became a little more formalized and more of a job.
I know where it is now. It's the pounding of the drum. Ordered, pigs, and rockets, crushed by the love machine. Papa does his own sound.
Gonna Need Somebody is a song that's been in my book for a long time. In rehearsal last week, Bill was playing some chords, and I sort of flipped through my book and saw this thing and started singing on top of it. And it's turned into this really nice little gospel song. And you're gonna need someone that night. Gonna need someone right there. You're gonna need someone by your side. Gonna need someone there with you. One of the complications you can run into by producing your own record is that you might run out of enthusiasm on a given track. And if you have people around you coming up with ideas, like with overdubs and so on, it can restore the enthusiasm. It can like spark new interest and keep you motivated. So it's nice to have people around, a sense of companionship and support.
When the celebration comes, and no one knows why, everyone asks a question about the blueless sky. Then the rivers stop running, and the fish are no friend. The jig keep reeling, pushing you to the end. You're gonna need someone that night. Oh, gonna need somebody there. You're gonna need someone that night. Oh, you're gonna need someone with you. When you're there by the sea, in your big open house, all alone in there, cat and mouse. When you're done what you do, and they're kicking down the door, your pallet is thin there, laying on the floor. You're gonna need somebody, gonna need someone on that night. Oh, gonna need someone that night.
Stars, if they have pressure, you know, they turn to drugs or alcohol or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't do that, though, do you?
I haven't turned to drugs, and I'm doing a little drinking tonight, but
Sociable, though. That's sociable.
I think that I wouldn't call this turning to alcohol yet.
No.
I think I tend to be resourceful under pressure. So on the upside, I might pull something out of the bag that otherwise might remain dormant.
Something big is coming to McDonald's.
Pour it down.
Something of such enormous proportions.
Stand back.
It could only be called the Jurassic Park Extra Value Meal.
Okay. Let's eat.
An enormously juicy triple cheeseburger with fries and a medium drink in one of 6 free Jurassic Park collector cups. The Jurassic Park Extra Value Meal. A dino-sized value for a dino-sized appetite.
Hey, where's mine?
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
All right.
I'll call you. Let's stay in touch. I'll call you. I'll call you.
You call, okay?
I'll call, Mom. I'll call.
Every day?
Every day.
Bell Long Distance Savings Plans. Stay close. Call us and find out how you can save.
I was looking for a lawnmower. Really?
We've got more of what you want for summer, like Levi's Dockers all cotton pants. Eaton value price, $49.99.
I'm still looking.
Eaton, we've got what you're really looking for.
From Hollywood Pictures, don't miss the nation's #1 thriller, Guilty as Sin. The movie Roger Ebert calls truly engrossing. Rebecca De Mornay is at her best, says the LA Times. And CBS TV raves Don Johnson gives an outstanding performance. Guilty as Sin, now playing. And from Touchstone Pictures comes the one summer movie that'll make you feel like you can take on the world. Critics call it a rock till you drop knockout. What's love got to do with it? Coming soon to a theater near you.
Tomorrow on Newswatch, a town helps out.
It's a desire for people to want to help this family.
The people of Waterville pull together to try to give this boy a normal life.
Light up your summer nights and win free tickets to see the fireworks. Identify this country and send your name, address, and phone number on a postcard to CBC Fireworks Contest, Post Office Box 6000, Montreal, Quebec. Enter this week.
My dad really needed a chess set.
There's more to Eaton than you think. Like Knights of Round Table polo shirts. Eaton value price, $22.
Checkmate.
Eaton, we've got what you're really looking for.
I remember having a conversation with Bono where I said to him, it was in Ireland in one of the pubs, I said to him that I wanted to have an expression of my own. I wanted to have a chance to say something fully on my own. And he thought, well, surely the records that you produce are that, you know, that they are such a part of you that that must be the expression. But I told him that though, in fact, those contributions were just little pieces of me, and that there was a lot more to say than just that.
There's a new song that I'm working on. It's called The Hills of Gatineau. It may be called The Hunter in the end, because it's really a story about somebody who becomes a hunter, gets lost in a city, and then later in life comes back to the forest to rediscover what they had before. So it's quite a passionate number. The track was initially laid down in New Orleans, and it starts in a turbulent, tense, quieter way, and then evolves into a more aggressive guitar performance. That's the bit. The guitar bit is the part that was done back in Hamilton at Grant Avenue Studio. I began playing rock and roll guitar as a teenager, and I'm coming back around to some of that now. I'm really enjoying it.
I think music for me was a chance to direct my energy into something private. I like being by myself. I like the idea of inventing something on my own. And to play an instrument was just that. I I can invent my own little melodies. I didn't have to talk to people about it. There was a sense of accomplishment in privacy. I still haven't resolved the problem of transplantation, where this is where I grew up, but it's not my culture. And now going to other places opens up other possibilities for me. I get the domestic pangs every now and again. Like, I used to come here and sit in those seats and do some writing. It's exactly as it was, but they've locked the doors. That's it. Definitely the end now.
My hands are wrapped in your raven hair, and the faded picture on the back stair. We were narrow, we were steady, trembling, ready to give it hell in this rocky world. You said, do I look like I could be a strong mother and raise the good side of a young daughter? In the Hotel Shangri-La, let me tell you, I've been thinking of her in this rocky world. Chicago is heavy, but I can't turn around. I'm smuggling that whiskey for flesh and pound. Michigan, I worry, and Susie, I'm sorry that I lost you out there in the rocky world. Would you build me a building, a chapel up there at the top of the hill in the still blue air, near the weather vane by the track and train? I'll be looking for you in the rocky world. She's turning 20 and out on the make, pounding the black top with a habit to shake. She's looking for a manger in the eyes of a stranger, down in the streets of a rocky world. Jenny has religion, she sinks in a jerk. She's made a decision to color her hair. The black man cut the sugar cane, she watches the rain in a building away from the rocky world. Yeah, I'll tell you something I'll never forget. The smile of you in silhouette outside Sault Ste. Marie. Are you really through me when you pulled me down to your rocky bed? In a crowded room, stood there empty, looking for salvation and glory be. When a shot turned my head and I saw you instead, walking into my